Recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a software engineer intern that cannot get a single internship. They have been applying since November and have gotten no responses. So I'm here to teach you how to get into FANG because my advice has gotten people into FANG, both interns and non-interns, and my resume reviews have done all that good stuff. So what do we need for an intern? And I want to let everybody know I do more than tech, but right now the tech market is in shambles and it is completely cooked. So like 90% of the resume sent to me are tech. But if you want to know if your resume is good or garbage, by the way, you can tell by the ratio. The ratio is how many applications it takes to get an interview. And typically when people follow my methods, they get 1 interview per 7 applications. And anything above 1 interview per 50 applications is bad. Anything under that is good. So this person has gotten 0 responses with over 200 applications. So this is a garbage resume, and I'm here to tell you why it's garbage. So what do we need for a software engineer intern? Well, we don't need a ton. We need degree, basic knowledge of the tech stack. We're talking language, library, SQL, RESTful API, cloud, AI, object-oriented programming. That's it. Nothing too crazy. Even for FANG, yes. And then we also need, and this is what every single intern messes up on, the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. If as an intern, and only interns, once you're looking for your full-time job, you do not need this. If you do not put how you can work well with others and take direction and criticism in qualification format, you will get rejected. So what is qualification format? Well, first, what is a keyword? A keyword is something the hiring manager wants. In this case, a hiring manager would want this stuff. This is what the hiring manager wants. And a keyword is just this. Now, we are not keyword hunting, we are qualification hunting, which is what recruiters do, is qualification hunt. And a keyword is a part of a qualification. So what a qualification is a keyword plus how you did it, plus the non-technical reasons you did it. Basically, what was the point of it? Why did the business ask you to do it? Plus where you did it. If it is not what, how, why, where, it does not count in your resume. So we're going to, recruiters only have 20 seconds and we need to find, well, for interns, we need all of this. For everybody else, we need about 75% of those. So can I find this in 20 seconds? Or will this get yeeted and deleted? And spoiler alert, it's getting yeeted and deleted because they've gotten 200 applications and no interview. So it's a terrible resume, complete garbage. But let's figure out why. So 20 seconds on the clock and go. Formatting atrocious. Technical skills doesn't matter. Relevant coursework doesn't matter. Let's see. Engineered a Python-based automated insulin delivery algorithm, micropressors, increasing dose precision, hot dog, doesn't matter. Designed an AID, you already mentioned this, hot dog, AID, hot dog, and time. So, I said this had hot dogs. I'm about to explain what that is. I want you to imagine that you're hungry. You go to a restaurant. You're like, I would like a cheeseburger. And the waiter says, all right, let me get you a cheeseburger. They come back. They bring you a plate of hot dogs. And they say, all right, here's your cheeseburger. And you'll be like, this is hot dogs. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for hamburgers. And they say, well, these are amazing hot dogs. And hot dogs have meat like a hamburger. Hot dog have buns like a hamburger. Hot dog can have cheese like a hamburger. So these are phenomenal hot dogs. And thus, when you said hamburger, you actually meant this. You would walk away without paying because that is not what you wanted. That is the exact problem here. This is a bunch of stuff that is adjacent to what I want. This is a bunch of stuff that may be impressive, but I don't care because I want a hot dog. I'm not because I want a hamburger. I'm not looking for anything but hamburgers. So the problem with this resume is multiple. One, your formatting is atrocious. Use this formatting. Everybody can use this, not just interns. The only people that don't want to use this formatting, which, by the way, this is how you do it in the link below, is if you are a high level director or a job hopper. Everybody else wants to use this formatting, from accountants to software engineers to interns to recruiters to managers, low-level managers. High ones, you want to use the other one. So yeah, you want to use this. So first off, formatting. Second off, remember what I said. We are qualification hunting, not keyword hunting. You know what all this stuff is? Keywords. But I'm not looking for it. Remember, it needs to be where, what, how, why. This is only the what. It does not tell me the where or the how or the why. So this does not count. None of that counts. Then we go to here. And my problem is there's literally nothing here I want besides Python. Where is SQL? Where is cloud? Where is object-oriented programming? Where's APIs? Where's RESTful APIs? I don't know. You didn't tell me. And then again, you focused entirely on an automated insulin delivery algorithm, which is good. You know, you tell me what you did. I like that. But why do I care that you increased dosage precision by 15%? Are you applying to make insulin algorithms? Like, again, it's impressive, but you will never impress me. If you write your resume to impress, you will fail. Like, I don't care that you built predictive control and real-time sensor loops. I want to know what was the point of this. Why did you do it? I don't know. You didn't tell me. And then this is entirely hot dogs, so this doesn't count. And then down here, again, hot dogs. And I still don't know what you did. So then we go down to the projects, which I didn't even get to because I ran out of time. And remember, what do we talk about? How, what, why, where. This is only where and what. Does not tell me how, does not tell me why. So that does not count. Developed a full stack. What was the full stack? I don't know. You didn't tell me. Pokemon TCG catalog for 100 expansions and 15K cards by reimagining outdated cards with more interactive modern UI built in Next.js. See, that's actually a good description of why you did what you did. But you filled it with a bunch of random numbers. So unless there are only 3 reasons you want numbers in your resume, not counting dates of employment and phone number, for the love of all that is holy, have those, is if you are telling me the number of users that use the infrastructure that you specifically built daily, monthly, or weekly, right? That's one. Daily, monthly, or weekly number of users on your infrastructure, and only your infrastructure. Or you're in sales. Salespeople need a lot of numbers. Or leadership bullet points. Leadership bullet points need numbers. But other than that, I don't want to see any numbers besides your dates of employment. Although projects don't need dates of employment. Like, let's be honest, you could choose whatever. So the projects don't need this. The internships does, right? You definitely need that. So yeah. But like, this is the problem with this resume, is it's filled with nothing. Where's the TypeScript? Where's the React? Where's the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism? Again, I'm not keyword hunting, so I see React here, but it does not count. This is what this looks like on your resume. It doesn't count because you don't tell me what, how, why. But even if you had the right like tech stuff, I don't see anything that shows you can work well with others and take direction and criticism. And that is key. Almost every single internship needs to show how you can work well with others and take direction and criticism. I don't care how silly you think it is. I don't care how ridiculous you think it is. This is what is stopping you from getting an internship and a job. Let's face it. Like, this is critical. It's ridiculous, obviously, but it's critical to do. And I'm going to tell you this. If you get this upset about internships, you're not going to have a good time once you get into the corporate world. There is a lot of inefficiencies there. So this resume needs to be yeeted and deleted because there is A, not enough qualifications. B, does not show me how to work well with others and take direction and criticism. C, does not tell me the qualification part of how, what, why, where. And D, the formatting is awful. So if you want to actually get an interview, change that, right? Follow my guide. The guide is in the description below. That is how you're going to do it. But before we go to the next resume, I just want to say thank you to all my members. My members on YouTube get access to videos early. And if you want to join and be a member, you can join in the link below. But thank you very much for your support. I could not keep doing this without your support. So your support keeps me doing this and reviewing resumes for everybody. So thank you very much. If anybody wants to join, link below. I'd appreciate it. But if you ever need help and you need your resume reviewed, join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter and right here on YouTube. And let's go to the next resume. This is a resume for a cybersecurity intern. So what do we need for a cyber intern? The same thing we need for every intern. We need your degree, a basic, and whatever that is your industry knowledge. So in this case, cybersecurity, IT support, MS Office, networking, cybersecurity principles, phishing, malware, Windows presentations, and say it with me, the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. You will always need that in an internship because it's critical. There are a lot of interns that throw hissy fits when you tell them what to do. There's a lot that will punch their monitors, and no company will want to hire one. So you really, really need to put ability to work with others and take direction and criticism. So cybersecurity, this person has a mid resume. I don't know if that's accurate, actually. Says it's about 100 to 1, but I don't know if that's true or not. They are in chat right now, so they might be able to confirm it. But 20 seconds on the clock is all we got. So let's check it out. 20 seconds. Can I find what I need? And go. Oh, formatting is so bad. All right. Where's your education? Okay. Oh my God. Built network remote infrastructure, multiple configuring tools. No. No. Oh, here we go. I like this. Time. Okay, so this is bad formatting. Please never do this. Remember, this is the formatting you want. This is atrocious. None of this matters. In fact, wait, let me triple check to make sure this doesn't matter. Nope, this is not relevant. This is not one of the 3 and only 3 reasons you would ever write a summary. This does not matter. This does not matter. Oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever to X this out. I need a bigger eraser. This doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't. Oh no, I went too far down. Some of those do matter. It's okay. There we go. There we go. So this whole block should be deleted. Then remember, education should go up top. So your education should be up here, right? Okay, what is showing on this? There we go. Your education should be up top. And then none of this coursework matters. It should just be your BS. And it should fit into a single line. Oh my gosh. And then we actually do want this. Some cybersecurity stuff would like these certs, which you can't even see. So if you have certs, you just put them here. Oh, that's so small. You put them here and here. So put 2 of those certs, which let me make sure those are actually relevant. The first one is, I'm not so sure about the second one. I'm a little on the second one. First one, though, you do want to include. And then we get down to here, and this first bullet point means nothing. Why? Again, I want IT and cybersecurity and networking, and this is building infrastructure, which is not what I'm really looking for. I don't see how this is relevant, and I don't see how that is relevant. Now, the tech instructor is taught programming, debugging, and game design to 20 students. Again, I don't care about your number. And built lessons. Like, actually, the first one is kind of garbage, right? This means nothing. This is filled with hot dogs. This one, though, built lesson plans, explain technical concepts to beginners, and adapted instructions to improve student engagement and outcome. Phenomenal. That actually shows you can work well with others. The problem I'm having is I see 0 of cybersecurity, and I see 0 of taking direction and criticism. Oh, we've got another Valorant coach. Everybody plays Valorant here. It's really funny. But yeah, like, I see that you can work with others, which is good, but where's your actual tech? I don't see it, because remember, nothing in here counts. This does not count. You have to tell me how and why and where and what. You cannot just fill it all here. And then again, I also can't see direction and criticism. So this is why you are struggling to get interviews, is I just need more. I need more from you. I need more tech. I need more the ability to take direction, criticism, and for the love of all that is holy, fix your formatting. This is disgusting. Next resume. This is a resume of a game designer, kind of. So I will be the first to admit this is probably the market where your resume doesn't matter. Let's face it, the game dev industry has been shedding jobs every single day. Every single day, some of the top studios in the market are losing jobs. Like my recommendation for a game designer is switch industries. And I say that as having helped people with game design stuff before. It's that awful. It's that awful. I cannot impress upon you how bad the market is. So these are the old keywords. Unfortunately, there were literally not enough jobs for me to find accurate and up-to-date keywords for, which is a real bad sign. And I say this as somebody who plays a lot of video games. I wish this wasn't the case, unfortunately, but it just is. So typically in game design, at least for the old one, which again, I don't even know if that's accurate because I couldn't find enough jobs to make this, is you want to break it down into two things. You want to do it either to the game engine side or the server side. So basically, like, are you doing cloud matchmaking, server orchestration, CI/CD, DevOps, API, SQL, Python, Docker, Kubernetes? Or are you doing the game engine? So like 3D math animations, Unreal or Unity, physics systems, debug, resolve, complex. And then both of them want C++, C# networking, shipped projects, multitask on a deadline, cross-functional AI, and the industry. So this is again old. It's so bad, y'all. Game dev is so bad, and I hate that. There's so many talented. Like I've been playing Pillars of Eternity 2, and now that I think that entire team is probably getting completely laid off or something. It's ridiculous. Like it was such a good game, and it's just ugh. So let's see. So this person says only ghosting and rejections. On a previous resume, like 10 apps, going to try your format. You need to apply to every job there is. I don't think there's any other industry where I can say this, but every single game dev job that comes up, you need to apply to. And you need to apply within the first 100 people, or you're not going to get seen. It is that bad of a market. Which again, like I can help you get a job, but there's a limit. Like if they're only hiring 32 people a week in the entire of the US for game dev, and people from like Obsidian and all these other like big ones are getting like laid off, you're probably not going to stand a chance. Like your best bet is to start your own indie studio. So anyway, I've enough doom and gloom. Let me see what I can do. So 20 seconds on the clock. I think for this one, we're going for game engine. So I don't think I really care too much about the server side stuff. So let's see. Stopwatch. Yeah, 10 a week is not enough. You're going to need to apply to literally all of them. And go. Okay, we already have this, so that doesn't matter. Developed and shipped interactive application, mobile games. What games? Contribute gameplay through prototyping, UI, Unity, web designers. What games? Integrated Unity with Node, REST to support persistent in-game comedy progression. That's fine. Integrated and proprietary monetize reward ad. Okay, time. It's too technical. And I don't really see what I need. Again, these may not even be what we need anymore. There's just not enough jobs for me to find. But yeah, I see Unity is great. So we're gonna remove the server side, right? Because again, this seems like it's more on the game engine side than server side. So game engine stuff, I don't see 3D math or animation. I do see Unity, and then again, like what applications in games? There is a level of prestige in the game industry that you will have to let us know, because like, did you make The Witcher, or did you make I don't know, mobile game slop number 102, right? Like what games did you make? You will have to show that. In addition, this bullet point is too long and too technical. I want to see developed and shipped games such as blankety 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 blank using proto UI, and then the rest of this stuff Unity to ship them on time. Like the fact that you collaborated doesn't really matter. Again, there's a lot of hot dogs here. Like this is, I'm not really asking you to do the collaborate, like the cross functional that would count. But again, this is really only two keywords, right? This is two, and then this is zero. This is one because SDK would count. This is zero. This is zero. This is zero. This is zero. This is one because it's at least you tell me what kind of game, and you tell me how to do it. But like, I don't see networking. I don't see multitasking. I did see AI, the SDK would count. I don't see physics systems. I don't see debugging. I don't see resolve complex issues, and I don't see 3D math. And really, man, like I'm gonna be the first to admit I don't think your resume like matters. Like if you're trying to compete from the devs from like Obsidian and I'm trying to think of any other game devs at the most. I restarted Deadfire. That's why. So that's why the path of like Pillars of Eternity. That's why I'm doing it. But like if all of these people are getting laid off, then you don't stand a chance. Like it would be the equivalent of everybody laying people off from Microsoft, like from Fang, and then applying to the same jobs you are, except there's only 32 of those jobs posted a week. Like if there's only 32 of those job posted a week, your resume probably doesn't matter. It's not a good resume anyway, let's be honest. It's a pretty bad resume, but like even if you had a perfect one, I don't know if it's going to help. So I really hate being doom and gloom, but I'd rather be honest with you all than lie and say, oh yeah, this is the magical panacea that will make everything come true. It's like, no, my methods have limits, and this might be reaching the limit of that. Is that game dev is that bad? Next resume. This is a Python dev. We don't know their ratio because they just made this, so this is brand new. They stated that I believe some recruiters have not been satisfied with my formatting, but I wanted to reach out and see if you could do a quick review. Any advice would be appreciated. So, Python is kind of broken down into two things. There's AI Python and full stack Python. There are obviously like pure backend roles, but this is sort of where the divide of Python devs are going right now. The most common stuff. So we need Python, SQL, any, Docker, Cloud, RESTful API, or REST APIs, Git, CI/CD, and then we need either AI, so like agentic stuff and its tools, so LangGraph for Moss, or full stack, which is JavaScript, HTML5, and CSS3. And then nice to have is Fast API, Flask, and Django. So we don't know their ratio, but let's find out if this is good or garbage. 20 seconds on the clock. And go. Formatting's awful. Okay, what? Why do I care? Okay, okay. That doesn't matter. All right. Built and deployed a production library card printing using Python. That's okay, but there's only one. Developed an AI assisted using LangChain and Docker. Okay, good. Time. That was it. You confused me so much with education that I barely got through it. So, see, I'm a little confused here why you have the cybersecurity. It's not really related. Unless you're applying to cybersecurity roles, I would actually remove this. Now, if you're applying to cyber roles, then yes, you should keep it. But I don't really need it. In fact, if anything, it's going to make the managers confused because they're like, well, this isn't a cyber role. They got a master's in cyber. Why would I move them forward? I wouldn't. And then this, you got a BA. I don't need your associates. This doesn't matter. And then you've been working since what? 2023. You don't need this. This doesn't matter. Right? Like I don't care. Again, you will not ever impress me. So this formatting should just be here. You literally just took this much space to tell me that you graduated with the bachelor's, which again is something I'm looking for, but I don't need the rest of the stuff. The rest of the stuff is irrelevant information. I don't really care about that. And then we get down to the work experience, and the first sentence is not bad, right? Like it's not the best, but the problem is I only have one thing here, which is Python. And why was it important to reduce manual processing time for faster distribution? Why did that matter to the business? I don't know. You didn't tell me. And then second sentence is actually really solid. Developed an AI-assisted library search tool using Python, LangChain, and Docker to translate natural language book requests into structured catalog queries that filter and pinpoint each exact result. Why? Then I do need to know the why. I like what you're going with right now. This is not utter garbage. I like what you're going with, but why was that important? You gotta tell me here. And then this has nothing I need in it. This only has Flask. This has nothing I need in it because you already mentioned Python. And then this, like, again, no one's gonna scroll this far down. You've been there for 3 years. You don't need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bullet points. You need 4 bullet points. That's it. 4 to 5 max. You don't need all this stuff. It's filled with a bunch of hot dogs. But which is really sad because there's actually like good stuff here. To keep with the food metaphor, what you've done is you've made a very good burger. A lot of this is a hamburger. You've made a great hamburger. And the person who wants the hamburger is like, I'd like a little bit of ketchup. So what you do is you dunk an entire bottle of ketchup on it to the point where I can't taste the actual burger. Like, that's really what you've done here, is because you have this stuff, but you've buried it so deep. I would see, look, you use Cursor, Claude Codex, and GitHub. I like that. No one's going to scroll that far down, though. You need to make this 4 to 5 bullet points max. And you need to razor focus it on the hot dogs. Because right now, this is a hamburger with a gallon of ketchup dunked on it. And the actual burger is good. But nobody wants a burger that is just dunked in ketchup. That's disgusting. So I want you to go back to the drawing board. I want you to fix the formatting. And instead of impressing me, just write what you've done. Because, like, a lot of this is good, like build a self-hosted library in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, customizing the library's catalog to scannable barcode links for Android and iOS. Like, I like that. That's a great sentence. No one's going to scroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bullet points down for it. Make it 4 bullet points, maybe 5 max. Simplify the rest of it. Use the better formatting, and you should be getting some interviews with this. It's pretty solid. Next, resume. This is a resume of a FPGA engineer. So they've had about 17 applications and 1 response. So this is a pretty good resume, but they've been using their EU number for US jobs. Oh, that's a big red flag. No. So they just got a US number and started putting that in your app. Okay, that matters. That matters so much. If your number is not dialable from the location that you are in, you are going to get rejected. So that was a big issue for this person. Let's see. So they stated their keywords are a little bit different. So I'm going to use their keyword list and hopefully they are correct. Because once you learn how to do it, you should do it better than me. That is my goal. I want to be clear, is once I teach you how to find these, you should be better than me at it, because I cannot be in every industry and I have to change these once every 3 months. So you need to have your finger on the pulse of your own job experience. So they said all 13 keywords had this stuff. So this is Verilog or VHDL, FPGA, Xilinx Vivado or equivalent. Let's see. So let's make this understandable to like actually read. Timing constraints, that documentation, simulation, and then integration and test and teamwork. And then sometimes, so we're going to do like extra credit here, right? This is extra credit, this stuff, which is very helpful. So again, I trust their version of this better than me, because they are closer to this market. So let's see if they actually did it. I'm gonna try to do this to make it more legible, because this is hard to read. You don't need to tell me how many they came in. I have to trust you or not. So if I'm trusting you, you don't need to tell me how many were in each job description. You just need to tell me that it existed. So this is fine. and then SOC, and then C+, and then we'll do this, because again, that messes with my dyslexia if you put all these numbers, especially for like this crazy amount of keywords, which some of these roles do. So we have all that stuff. Let's see if I can find it in 20 seconds. But yeah, a big thing is if they weren't dialable in the US. That's a big deal. All right, so 20 seconds on the clock. And go. FPGA beta for telecom and Verilog using Xilinx video channels and retransmit over. Why you did that? Wrote Python scripts from the video, assured high test coverage while keeping development time low. That's fine. Attended bi-weekly with ASAC engineers, PCB, and physicists to understand more and clarify design. Achieve timing closure through enabling design function and time. I think there's a little bit more than we need here. Like, you've only been there for less than a year. You don't need this many. But let's look at what I have. So I'd rather see, I think there are ways to shrink this. So I'd rather you say something like implemented a FPGA, which is what we're looking for, right? System, right? I don't need to see the data analyst system. I just need to see system, right? So FPGA system for a telescope in Verilog using Xilinx Vivado, which is what we're looking for, to process stamps. But then this is the part I have a problem with, is this part. It's a little too technical. What was the point of it? So the telescope would work, right? You could even say, so our telescope would work correctly. But most everything in between here is kind of fluff. Like, this is mostly a hot dog. Wrote Python scripts, which I actually, there it is. Python is extra credit. To perform simulation and verification of RTL code. Do I care about RTL code? I don't think so. Ensuring high test coverage. See, like, I like this part, right? Ensuring high test coverage while keeping development time low. But like, I'd rather you just said instead, wrote Python scripts to keep development time low. But then again, this is only one keyword. And that keyword is extra credit, so it kind of doesn't count. And then this one, I don't think there's anything here that I need, do I? It's still hot doggy. Like, I get where you're going for, because you were trying to put like timing and documentation and integration, but this is still a little hot doggy for my liking. Achieve closing time, the kind of pipeline integrate enable design. Again, I don't know if there's anything here. I don't know if anything's here. This one has some stuff, but then you need to tell me why you did it. So you're on the right track, but I need you to be very specific with this, because this was your list, and I don't know if I even found a lot. Let's see. We have Verilog, right? Yeah, we did Verilog. What did we not have? Do I have documentation? Documented the design is kind of it by writing data sheets, but I need more. Like, where's the test? It's still too, I need you to be more explicit. You're on the right track. Although, honestly, with how rare it is for somebody to even have this job, you probably won't even need this help. But you're on the right track, but I need you to be more specific. I need you to write it for a toddler. You're very close. You're very close. This is not a terrible resume. I honestly think you're probably going to get a lot of interviews with it, but I want, my goal is to make you get a 1 in 7. And I don't think this is there that much. Like, I'd rather use simulation. I'd rather you say, created simulation, verification documentations to do X and Y for our integration or something. Like, I need you to be more explicit. Because remember, this is hour 4 of me doing these resume reviews right now, and my brain is tired and I have a migraine, and you need to get past that guy. So it's not bad. It just, I need a little bit more, but that's all I can do for this video. Thank you all for watching, and to my members, thank you very much for supporting this channel. Again, I could not do this without you. Y'all support make it possible for me to keep doing these reviews, and if anybody wants to support and get access to videos early, you can join in the link below to become a member, and if you ever need your resume reviewed, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter and right here on YouTube. But that is it for me, so thank you very much, and I will see you all in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search. Later.